Nammo Yidafa, good morning. Thank you for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The first mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of people, animals, plants, and minerals. I am determined not to kill, not to let others kill, and not to condone any act of killing in the world, in my thinking, or in my way of life. We're continuing to read the collection of Dhamma talks by Ajahn Chah in this book, Bodhinyana. We're finishing the talk, A Gift of Dhamma, this morning. This is the beginning, the foundation of our practice. You should try to practice this every single day, wherever you may be. Whether at home, in a car, lying or sitting down, you should be mindfully aware and watch over the mind constantly. This is called mental training, which should be practiced in all the four postures, not just sitting, but standing, walking, and lying as well. The point is that we should know what the state of the mind is at each moment, and to be able to do this, we must be constantly mindful and aware. Is the mind happy or suffering? Is it confused? Is it peaceful? Getting to know the mind in this manner allows it to become tranquil, and when it does become tranquil, wisdom will arise. With the tranquil mind, investigate the meditation subject, which is the body, from the top of the head to the soles of the feet, then back to the head. Do this over and over again. Look at and see the hair of the head, hair of the body, the nails, teeth, and skin. In this meditation, we will see that this whole body is composed of four elements: earth, water, fire, and wind. The hard and solid parts of our body make up the earth element, the liquid and flowing parts the water element. Winds that pass up and down our body make up the wind element, and the heat in our body the fire element. Taken together, they compose what we call a human being. However, when the body is broken down into its component parts, only these four elements remain. The Buddha taught that there is no being, per se, no human, no Thai, no Westerner, no person, but that ultimately there are only these four elements, that's all. We assume that there is a person or a being, but in reality there isn't anything of the sort. Whether taken separately as earth, water, fire, and wind, or taken together, labeling what they form a human being, they're all impermanent, subject to suffering and not self. They are all unstable, uncertain, and in a state of constant change, not stable for a single moment. Our body is unstable, altering and changing constantly. Hair changes, nails change, teeth change, skin changes, everything changes completely. Our mind, too, is always changing. It isn't a self or substance. It isn't really us, not really them, although it may think so. Maybe it will think about killing itself. Maybe it will think of happiness or of suffering, all sorts of things. It's unstable. If we don't have wisdom, and we believe this mind of ours, it'll lie to us continually, and we alternately suffer and be happy. This mind is an uncertain thing. This body is uncertain. Together they are impermanent. Together they are a source of suffering. Together they are devoid of self. These, the Buddha pointed out, are neither a being nor person, nor self, nor soul, nor us, nor they. They are merely elements: earth, water, fire, and wind. Elements only. When the mind sees this, it will rid itself of attachment, which holds that I am beautiful, I am good, I am evil, I am suffering, I have, I this, or I that. You will experience a state of unity, for you'll have seen that all of mankind is basically the same. There is no I, there are only elements. When you contemplate and see impermanence, suffering and not self, there will no longer be clinging to a self, a being, I, or he or she. The mind which sees this will give rise to nibbida, disenchantment and dispassion. It will see all things as only impermanent, suffering and not self. The mind then stops. The mind is Dhamma. Greed, hatred, and delusion will then diminish and recede little by little until finally there is only mind, just the pure mind. This is called practicing meditation. Thus, I ask you to receive this gift of Dhamma which I offer you to study and contemplate in your daily lives. Please accept this Dhamma teaching from Wat Nang Papong and Wat Pa Nanachat as an inheritance handed down to you. All of the monks here, including your son, and all of the teachers, make you an offering of this Dhamma to take back to France with you. It will show you the way to peace of mind. It will render your mind calm and unconfused. Your mind may be in turmoil, but your mind will not. Those in the world may be confused, but you will not. Even though there is confusion in your country, you will not be confused, because the mind will have seen. The mind is Dhamma. This is the right path, the proper way. May you remember this teaching in the future. May you be well and happy. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for joining me this morning.